as you can see, I'm repping that BMT. No matter where I go, no matter where I be. We'll be rocking it like that, man. I love the fit of this shirt, bro.
Bro, look, I just happened to get out the elevator. Look at it. The BMT shirt on. You know, we representing all the way in Thailand, man.
What's up, y'all? It's the Travel OG, and I got to do my BMT commercial, man, for my BMT shirt, man. This shirt is so dope, man. It shows off your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt because it's fire. It looks good. Telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt, and I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Black Man Travels merch store where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more.
Zone here in Pattaya, Thailand, representing for my brother BMT.
Yes, sir.
Travel is life.
You will be on a commercial when you like.
All right, we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. We in here, man. We are in here. We got 105 in the room already. We're going to have a really good show today. Apologize for running a little late. There's some bad weather going on out here in Pattaya right now, but we here. We made it on in here, man. So we got an excellent show. I want to give everybody a shout out that's already in the chat. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure you hit that like button when you come on in the room, man. It's going to be a real good show today, man. I'm in a great mood today. This is a great weekend, beautiful day. So we're going to chop it up, man. We're going to have some fun today because as most of you have already noticed, this movement, the Passport Bros movement, Black men traveling around the world has got a lot of light on it right now. It's like the big 15 minutes of fame in the digital space right now. Some people like it, some people don't like it, but we're going to talk about it today, man, because there's some good things going on in this space now because the space is definitely going to grow. I anticipated the growth years ago. So it's growing. And, some people might not like it. Some people want to, travel a little bit more discreetly and all that. But we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to have a good show today. I'm going to get some guys. Let's see what we got already in the chat. And we're going to chop it up, man. This is going to be a good show. All right. Yeah, man, Amari, no one cared 5 years ago. This is very interesting, man. This is a good look for us, though. Believe it or not, it's a good look for us. All right, guys. So let's see who we got in the room. We got Tim Howard 5 in the room. Shout out to him. We got LD and Vibe in the room. Let's see who. Black Morpheus. People who hate people with a passport, people who don't have a passport. Next. Very true. Felix King in the building says, what up, BMT? We in here, man. We are in here. Death of the Beta. Now, that's one of the best names I've seen on YouTube thus far. Shout out to Death of the Beta, all right? We got Ja Fleming in the building. Shout out to Ja Fleming. We in here, man. Global Paper in the building. Brazil or die. That's right. That's right. Boy Sorche, my brother. All right. Let's see. We got our first super chat. Shout out to Jalil for the follow-up super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. He says, I hope they know the more they talk about this topic, the more the message gets out to the people. Protect that peace and much love, family. Shout out to Jalil for the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that, my brother. I really appreciate that. And you're absolutely right, man. The message is spreading. And you know what? Everybody doesn't have to get it. Everybody doesn't have to get it. We don't want everybody to get it. That's totally fine. All right. All we're simply saying is, we're getting that information out there for guys to expand their options, man. Earlier this week, I did a show. Well, last week I did this weekend, actually. I did a show called Is the Message Being Lost? All right. Is the message being lost? You can look at it. I think I shot it recorded it live. I was walking around Patsy out for an hour or so. And we just discussed, we always discuss the global benefits or benefits of being a global citizen. But right now, one of the issues that I see is that everything is being focused on the women so much, and it's funny because we always discuss the guys that actually, spend large amounts of time overseas or that live overseas, that like, that's the last thing on our minds because the women are, they're there. All right. There are in an abundance in these countries that we frequent most of the time. All right. So that's like the last thing on our minds, but it seems to be the first thing that is presented as far as what the, maybe some of the weekend warriors do or, what, party guys do. But that's kind of like being pushed to the forefront to be able to sway people to not to travel, basically. We're going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about that. All right, guys. We got Tobias in the building. Tobias has hit that like button. Shout out to Tobias, man. He came on the show. That brother has a really good YouTube channel. I believe he's in Colombia right now. I brought him on the show, I think about a couple of days ago. So make sure you check out his channel, Tobias the Traveler. All right. Let's see who we got in the building. Yeah, we're going to talk about the dating coaches too, man. Listen, I don't understand why. This is the thing about the dating coaches, and I'm going to get back to Super Chats in a second. This is the thing about the dating coaches, guys. All right. You got some guys who are, smart in that space and they see that they're gradually losing market share. All right. Now, some of the guys are smart enough to kind of like try to save face and recant their original statements about the passport bros. All right. Like, Coach Greg Adams, Minister Jab, AMS, they kind of in retreat mode a little bit. But my thing is, man, stand on what you said a few months ago when this wasn't such a popular movement. Stand on it. If you're a man, stand on what you said a few months ago. All right. Don't try to retreat. It's okay to have a change of heart. We all do have a change of heart at some point. But, now it's being more popularized and, they kind of like, hey, so there's nothing wrong with guys traveling the world. Hey, man, do what you do, but you still got those idiots out there in that PUA game market as well that's still trying to, for some odd reason, to dissuade young brothers from traveling the world, which is the most idiotic thing in the world. And I'm going to show you a clip. I'm going to reveal, I'm going to expose them guys in a clip that somebody shared in the private Facebook group, Passport Bros. And I want to give a shout out to the Facebook groups. The Facebook groups are growing massively right now. The Black Men Travels 2.0 group and the Passport Bros group are both growing pretty quickly now, man. This movement is growing. It really is. It really is. All right. So let me catch this other super chat by Tobias the Traveler with $20 super chat. I really appreciate that. Supporting the stream and starting it off right. Appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that, Tobias. All right. I got your name down now, brother. Shout out to Change for the Better BMT. We got Yoga in the building. What up, Yoga? Not everyone hates Passport Bros. Yeah, it's just a statement, man. We understand that. We definitely understand that. It's Dre the Kid, Expat Life 100. That's what's up, man. My boy Dre the Kid out there in South America. Shout out to him. All right, shout out to my dude, Atlanta Street Promo Podcast. He says, I'm sick of the haters beat. Yeah, man, the haters gonna come. The haters gonna come. It's funny, right? That everybody comes at us, and we just be doing our own thing because we too busy living and enjoying life. But if we got to make a response sometimes, man, we got to do it. Shout out to Red Planet Photography. He says, salute BMT. Appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. All right. We got Model, the International Mango Lover. All right. One of my favorite names on YouTube, by the way. He says, no one can stop us from expanding our minds, experiencing different cultures, and learning new languages. All right. What are they going to stop us from boarding a plane? That is very true. That is very true. It's funny, man, because I typically, don't even really conversate with guys that's kind of like don't travel, like not in the travel space any longer, because it's just, we're just not in the same conversational circle, basically. I get excited when, guys like, my boy Dre the Kid and, Tobias or somebody or Richie Mack call me and give me some more information about travel. Andre calls me about what's going on in Colombia, just exploration, just those type of conversations that really, open your mind up to new possibilities. Men have been traveling the world for a very long time. Let's get that straight first. Especially black men. We've been traveling the world for a very, very long time. All right. Men are meant to explore and go out there and forge a new, world. All right. So we meant to explore, but it's just interesting that when, black men start to get the momentum and start to get their passports, start to do languages, it seems like it's just a big issue amongst some, not all, amongst some. All right. So shout out to Motto, the international mango lover. Shout out to him. All right. Shout out to my boy Jay Clyde in the building. All right. All right. We got another super chat. All right. Shout out to Jazz Jackson with a $5 super chat. Like I'm my camera a little crooked there. All right. It's all a choice, just like Red and Andy said in Shawshank Redemption. Oh, that's one of my favorite movies, by the way. Get busy living or get busy dying. Haters can stay in America's cage. It's interesting because I'm like, why y'all so concerned about what we got going on? You can do your own thing. If you happy in America, hey man, do your thing, bro. That's less competition for you. All right. All right. Shout out to Kid Madney, one of the members. Shout out to you. With the $5 super sticker, man, I really appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate that. All right. Shout out to Swirl Society. Said, much love to BNT and the Passport Bros. Haters are going to hate. That's right. Haters are going to hate. All right. I got you, Malcolm. I got you. Don't worry, bro. I got you. Let me do my little spiel real quick. Set up the show, and I'm bringing people on, man. We're going to talk about it today. Because it's a lot of new stuff going on. All right. Shout out to D South Crown 35. He's a member. Became a YouTube member. Appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. All right. All right. So we in here. We caught up with the stream. Respect to BMT. Thanks for the stream. That's right. All right. So I want to show you guys a little clip real quick before we get into the gist of the show. This is a very interesting clip right here. This kind of reveals everything about this little, I guess you want to say this little going back and forth with the travel bros, passport bros, and the PUA coaches. And I'm going to break it down. All right. You see the thumbnail, I got the PUA coaches in one corner. Then I got the manginas, in the middle right there. Then I got the straight up haters. All right. So we're dealing with all that right now. Keep it wrong. It's a positive movement. It's a positive movement, especially over here at this channel. I like to keep things as positive as possible because we live in a very, tumultuous world right now, negative world, a lot of things going on. We have to deal with COVID, there's a lot of stuff going on, all the stuff that's going on in the States, inflation, racism, prejudice, all this stuff that's going on, right? I like to keep it positive over here. But sometimes, unfortunately, you got to smash some roaches, man. You got to get your bug spray on. You got to get your pest control on. All right. And we're going to talk about that as well. But first, we're going to start with the PUA coaches. All right. Let's start off with the PUA coaches. Let's start off with these clowns right here, family. Hold on. Let me add this to the screen. All right. And shout out to the new members coming in. Shout out to, we got a new member, Tajan GC, becoming a new member. Man, I really appreciate that. All right. Put them on the screen right there. All right. So let me play this clip real quick. Shout out to all the guys in Passport Bros. Let me play this clip right quick. I want you to see this. Now, somebody posted this in the group. Hold on. Let me play this clip right quick. As a matter of fact, let me expand it so you guys can see it a little bit better. Here we go. All right, here we go, family. Should I make that even bigger? No, I don't do that one. All right, here we go.
All month, your monthly expenses in Tijuana. How much are you spending?
A month, yeah. Monthly expenses. What is it?
Oh, okay. If we're talking about everything, $1,000 a month.
Nice.
Okay. So I want you to do the math. All right, that's $12,000 a year that you're spending on bitches.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, he just said what your monthly budget was, which includes, housing and board and housing and transportation and food. All right, but let's go.
because you're relocated for them. So $12,000, you know what that would do when
Now $12,000 to live a year, that's very reasonable, right? But let's continue.
when you come over here and get this game coaching, you know what $12,000 would do for you in your life, sir?
Flip your money.
Did y'all hear that? Let me play it one more time for you guys. Let me play it one more time. So instead of traveling the world, all right, hold on. Let me put myself on the screen right here. Hold up. All right. So instead of traveling the world, instead of expanding your options, instead of leveraging your American dollar, instead of, better healthcare in most cases, dental care, they expect you guys to pay them for their game services, of which they never proved of the lifestyles that they're telling you that they're living. So instead of you buying a first class ticket somewhere, $12,000 is a lot of money. They want you to give your $12,000 to them. If these guys aren't backhouse preachers, come on, man. Let me play that one more time for the family. Hold on.
All month, your monthly expenses in Tijuana, how much are you spending?
A month, yeah. Monthly expenses. What is it?
Oh, okay. If we're talking about everything, $1,000 a month.
Nice.
Okay. So I want you to do the math. All right, that's $12,000 a year that you're spending on bitches because you're relocated for them. So $12,000, you know what that would do when you come over here and get this game coaching? You know what $12,000 would do for you in your life, sir?
Flip your money.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of see what they're about. You kind of see what they're about off rip. All right, they want to get your guys' money for their quote unquote game courses. Let me catch a super chat real quick by my guy D South Crown 35. I appreciate you becoming a member as well. He says it's only a problem because a bunch of black men minding their business and enjoying life. People aren't used to that. Exactly. Very good point. Very good point. You never see this anti-movement of anybody else traveling the world. All right. Very interesting. All right. Let me just catch this. See if I got another one here. Shout out to my dude, Jay Cloud. Yeah, clowns, bro. Let me play that. Where was that at? Hold on. Yeah, exactly. We got 327 guys in the room. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. We cooking. We're going to cook today, all right? We're going to cook today. Yeah. Mulatto Vanguard says game coaching equals clown. Yes, it does. Kid Matinee, Fallout Super Chat. They're snake oil car salesmen, men at best. I wanted to find this post. I couldn't find it in the group. Somebody posted in the group. She shared this experience purchasing some courses from those guys. I think it might have been, I'm not sure which POA coach it was, but he definitely said it was not worth it. He was like, yo, it's not worth it. They're regurgitating things that was going on in the 90s, pre-social media, pre a different type of female. All right, you're trying to communicate to. So I can let you guys know, man, that would be a waste of time. $12,000 goes a long way in most of the countries that we're in overseas. That could almost be, I'm not going to say your yearly budget, but it can be close to it, because once you get over that, I would say yearly, let's just take the countries that I've lived in thus far. All right. Colombia, Brazil, DR, and currently here in Thailand. 12,000. I would say if you can get it up to about 18,000, you'll be able to live decently in all four of these countries. You might not be able to ball out and do, exactly, party in VIP every day, but you'll definitely be able to live pretty much comfortably. All right. So that's a lot of money, guys. $12,000. That's a lot of money. Shout out to Pooh Man 313 with the $5 super sticker, man. I really appreciate that. All right. We got another super chat here. And I'm going to drop a link in a moment, guys. Don't worry. I'm going to drop a link. I know you guys got a lot to say about what's going on. So don't worry. I'm going to drop a link in a moment. All right. D May with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate it. I want to chop it up with you yesterday on the Coach and Clinician show. Keep grinding and spreading the message. You know what? Was that yesterday? Okay, that was yesterday. Yeah, I was on the Coach and Clinician show. Very good show. Shout out to him. I met him down in Brazil. He gives a really good therapeutic breakdown, psychological breakdown about Black men's status in the United States. All right. And the importance of not only travel, but therapy as well. All right. Shout out to Tawan GC with a $5. He says, I hate how they try to minimize everything to just sex, lame dudes. Yeah, that's another thing. That's a big misconception, guys. Like I say, I know guys that go down to Colombia, man, and they get their teeth done, they get the veneers, you know, they get like, you know, little basic surgeries, you know, all types of stuff overseas. So it's just more, it really is just more than women. It's really about peace of mind. Like today, this weekend, not even just today, this whole weekend, it was a great weekend. I chopped it up with Barber World, chopped it up with Richie Mack. You know, we just, you know, just in a barbershop, man. We was in a barbershop for maybe, I'm gonna say almost 3 hours. All right. And we just enjoying ourselves, you know. Barber World, you know, he gave me a touch up on the beard. I believe, he cut Richie Mack's hair. We just chopping up, you know, the ladies in there, they're having fun, they're having a good time. You know, we just had a blast, man. And that's the type of days you have when you overseas. You know, Barber World's like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna leave. Like, it's a beautiful thing. You know, the life of a passport, bro, when you definitely put yourself in the position to spend a good amount of time overseas, man, it's you take years off your life. You really do. You really do. It's definitely a good option, bro. It's definitely a good option. I can't stress that out to you that it's more, it goes more than just the women. I promise you. All right. Let me see here. I want to catch this one. Shout out to the $5 super chat or Suma Abdul. Salute to the Passport Bros for obliterating TKO versus AMS. Also, everyone knows how Passport Bros never argue on panels like the rest of Black YouTube. Good point. Good point. Very good point. We too busy living life. Shout out to Chester Williams for $10 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. Haters are a representation of two things. Number one, someone's envious of Passport Bros' success and is too lazy to improve their own life. Very good point. Number two, someone acknowledges we're doing better in life than they are. Very good points. Passport envy is real. All right. Passport envy is definitely real because it takes a little effort. All right. It takes definitely some time. They're taking some effort. You got to get your passport. You got to, you know, budget yourself accordingly to be able to purchase these plane tickets and to be able to take that time off of work, to be able to, you know, live overseas or put yourself in a position where you can make your money online or either get some type of residual income. So it takes it takes an effort. And some guys are not willing to make that sacrifice. So they rather shame you, all right, than learn from you. You know, that's why I love the group. You know, the group is a very good, you know, gauge of kind of where we at. You know, we got about close to 7,000 Black men in each group, you know, and it's interesting. It's a little going back and forth, but it's definitely like a little bit of a case study just to see, you know, where guys' mindset is a little bit. All right. So shout out to Chester Williams for $10 super chat. All right, we got Teddy KGB with $10 super chat. When I travel, I meet men from all different income levels and backgrounds. What we all are truly looking for is peace, and hopefully we can find love along the way. Very true. Very true. All right. All right. I think that's it. Okay, we got my guy Andre right here. Shout out to Andre from Andre and Andrea Love Crossing Borders. I really appreciate that. With the 20 mil Colombian peso. Appreciate that. He says, enjoying your life outside the States is better than in the States. You better tell them. Hey, man, you better tell them. Peaceful. Very peaceful, man. You know what? I did a show. I did a show Thursday, you know, about men's health. And in that show, you know, I did, you know, some light research, and I discovered, you know, the 3 top causes of death. I also discovered that, you know, we have the lowest life expectancy inside of the United States as well than any other ethnic group. But do you guys realize that Black men have hypertension after 20 years old? Now, what usually happens around that 20-year-old time frame? That's usually when guys are getting out the home, you know, trying to figure out life for themselves. You know, 20 years old, still young. You know, that brain ain't just all the way developed and you're trying to figure out because it gets real. It gets real. You can't go out as much. You're getting your own place. You're trying to forge your way. You might hate your job. Then you're dealing with, maybe certain types of women that's not have been kind of, well, let's just say encouraged or manipulated to not be, a certain helpmate for you and both y'all lives. So it gets difficult. So you got guys with hypertension at 20 years old, and that hypertension follows them throughout life, right? So you start having, stroke, you start getting cancers and all that, and like I said before, most of us don't really like and have a distrust towards the medical system. In America, most of us don't like going to the doctors. Most of us have had bad experiences with the doctor. I've had a few bad experiences with the doctor myself. In my opinion, you got some good, solid doctors out there, but you got some that kind of just, when you're a man, it's like, man, get out of my office. Here's some pills. If you got any bad reaction to them, give me a call. Goodbye. So it's kind of difficult. And then when you do get some proper health care, you're paying an arm and a leg. Getting an ailment or a sickness or anything wrong in the matrix, guys, can sincerely bankrupt you. I see it all the time. A lot of insurance companies are very crooked. All right. So let me give a shout out to Rainman690 with the $5 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. He says, what up, BMT? Raymond Farmer, what's that? Form D. Don't worry about the simps, clowns, and others. Keep up the energy. Let's make that international Wall Street. That's right. Just keeping positive. Now, I want to address something real quick. Some of you might have seen this. Some of you might not. I'm not going to put the guy's name out there or anything like that because, truly it's not a big deal. But I did post, a particular guy's information on the community tab this weekend. I took it down, because I want to keep the platform positive. But with this particular individual, he did a lot of defamational videos, not only towards me, but a lot of creators, So I was privy to some of his information because the guy likes to kind of hide his face and be a keyboard warrior. Like I said, I'm not going to mention him. It's total trash information. But sometimes every now and then you got to kind of go down to a level just so you can see, all right, and reveal the cockroaches, the pests, the rats, the roaches, right? You got to stomp on them to get them on out your house. You want to definitely have a clean house, all right? And I'm very excited to say that individual has been up out the game, all right? He's been sprayed, all right? He's been smashed, okay? And he's up out of there. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue, guys, because you got to be careful with the type of information and lies that you put out on people. So I had to get that bug spray out and just do a little spray and a little stomping. You feel me? I'm very excited to do it. I love doing stuff like that. But every now and then, you got to do a little house cleaning, okay? Gotcha, bitch. All right. Shout out to Aaron Hamlet with a new member. I appreciate that, bro. Definitely appreciate that. We got Osama Abdul once again with a $2 super chat. I appreciate that. He says, brother, nice apartment in Thailand that you have much in the USD. Hold on. Let me read that at 1 more time. Brother, nice. I believe that's apartment in Thailand. How much USD? Very reasonable, bro. Very reasonable. You can hit me up on email and I will let you know. I also did a show. Shout out to my dude, John Money. We went to his penthouse out here as well, and he gave his monthly budget. So make sure you check that out. Right. Okay. Let's talk about Phil. Let's talk about Phil Advice Show. Shout out to him. I'm not gonna get on him, nothing like that. I'm not gonna get on him, but he is one of those guys that's kind of recanting a little bit, kind of retreading. Now he's telling guys to get their passports. So that's interesting. You got Coach Greg Adams. All right. You got Phil Advice. You got AMS, you got some guys that's kind of like, starting to see what I've been saying and other brothers have been saying for quite some time. It's very difficult to, especially right now with the inflation and the going back and forth, it's very difficult, man, to just have a peaceful life inside of America, especially as a black man. All right. So guys, I've been chopping up for a minute. We got a record 430 in the room, man. I appreciate that, family. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link if you guys want to come on and chop it up and tell me what your opinion is on why passport bros are getting so much heat. You can do that. Just do me a favor and keep it clean as possible. Okay. So let me drop this link. Give me 1 second. All right. And we can chop it up, guys. We're going to chop it up today, man. We're going to chop it up. Shout out to my dude, Zoo. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. All right. It's my dude, Zoo, that was out there in Brazil with me. He has a dope YouTube channel as well. Damn, camera cooking. Okay, let me go. All right. The Global Passport crew, a $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, although my new travel channel is still in the works, I appreciate channels like this. I wish you much success, and hopefully we can collaborate one day. All right. Oh, I got to get this guy in the building immediately. All right. Shout out to my dude, Black Wham 313. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coming live from Cartagena.
Oh, that's right. Okay. We in Cartagena. That's what's up, man. How you enjoying yourself?
Bro, I mean, I know you've been talking about this for years, brother, and just wasn't able to travel. But man, oh man, it is eye-opening and life-changing, to say the least, man. I mean, I've been here 7 days. I'm gonna be crying tomorrow because I returned back to the Matrix, man. And this has been an eye-opening experience. I see now, I understand thoroughly and well why you have these guys out here who do not want you to travel because, I mean, it's a lot of reasons, but all of that game stuff and paying for courses and consultations, none of that is necessary. I spent time with a young lady for the free. Listen, I ain't saying paying. Of course, you know, brother, if you want to pay, it's available. But I spent time with a beautiful young lady for the free. Went to a nice dinner that cost me, for the both of us, at a nice restaurant. You hear me? A nice restaurant, right? A restaurant back in the States where the bill would easily be with drinks $150 for a meal for both of us and drinks. I paid about $20, $25. Took on a nice date. We hung out. I wasn't pushing up on her. She asked me, can she come back to my apartment? And then, you know, before I asked, was she's a working girl? And she's like, no, she's not a working girl. And she asked to come back to my place. I said, okay, you know, I had to go ahead on and do that. You can go on coming back to my place. And we had a good time, to say the least. And the rest is history, man. They've been lying to these guys, not wanting these guys to travel because they know that you don't need all the dating courses and the game this and game that once you start traveling. Here's the thing. I'm not necessarily advocating legal marriage of any kind, but you can find what you want out here. If you want to pay to play, that's there. If you want a short-term girlfriend, that's here. Long-term girlfriend, that's here. I'm talking about long-term and short-term girlfriend without paying. All of these things, if you want to pay, plenty of options. I want Colombian Cupid, and I was overwhelmed by the shit. Now, Colombian Cupid, for those who don't know, that's not a prostitution site, even though, technically they could, but the prostitutes stay away from Colombian Cupid because some legality that they can get caught up with. So they usually use Tinder, right? I went on Colombian Cupid and I was overwhelmed by the amount of messages. I'm here one day, I'm getting 40 and 50 messages. Overwhelming. I go on Tinder, I say 80% of them are prostitutes, but they are non-prostitutes. The woman I spent time with the other day that was a non-prostitute, I met her off Tinder as well. And a lot of times they put in their profile that they're not prostitutes. And the dating game is 100% different. The cost of living is cheaper. So here's the thing, brother. How can you beat lower cost of living and better women? These women are fine, feminine, and fit. Like the brother KS was saying, why fight? Why struggle with the so-called African-American woman? If you like chocolate, it's all through Colombia. That's one thing I didn't know, brother BMT. I didn't know that it was so much chocolate here. And here's the thing, I ran into a red bones. I ran into a chocolate. I mean, everything is here in Colombia. Everything. You can't beat it. So this has been a nice trip for me. Most high willing, I will be. I know you probably won't be there in Thailand when I get there. Paid for my ticket already, so I should be there at the beginning of the year. 3 Thailand. I might even extend it to 4. But just the world is a different place when you start traveling. And let me say this before I let the other guy speak. Here's what I realized. I've seen so many brothers here, Brother BMT, and the brothers that I'm talking about, brothers are here in droves, and they not on YouTube telling guys to buy dating courses. They're over here enjoying themselves, enjoying their lives. I had a brother with me because I got this group called the Passport Gang. But a brother came with me, and we in the clubs and we walking around. The brother couldn't stop smiling. I'm in the club the other day, right? And then a woman just came up to me, started dancing. My buddy had 2 chicks dancing on him. It wasn't like the clubs in America where they're gonna walk past you, look you up and down. If you don't have $10,000 worth of jewelry and clothes on, they're gonna look right past you. I'm a regular guy. So when you see me out in the street, I'm gonna have on some clean clothes that are comfortable and that fit, but you're not gonna see no flash and no flare. And that shit did not matter. But I'm gonna hold my peace on that. You got other brothers on the panel. I just wanted to stop in and just say what's up to you real quick. Hopefully I can get you on my show next Sunday if you are available.
You already know, man,
what your schedule is. But we'll talk about that. I'll email you. And I'll listen to the show, but I'm gonna jump off and let these other brothers speak because I don't want to, clog it up. And even though it's raining a little bit, about to go out and have a few little festivities here in Cartagena. But I got one question for you, just for clarity's sake. Now, Brother BMT, you actually live in Cartagena, or like you pretty much full time in Cartagena, or what's the situation with that?
I lived in Medellin for a year, and I'll be returning there. Maybe like next month. In a few months, I'll be returning. So I lived in Medellin, but I have been in Cartagena. I have a very good time in Cartagena, man.
So I'll have questions for you on that. So Medellin is pretty much where you primarily stay for the most part.
Yes.
Okay, but good to know. And salute to the other brothers who just came on the panel, and salute to all the brothers in the chat. And I'm gonna jump off, and I'm gonna finish watching the show with you guys. Salute, brothers.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on, bro. Appreciate you coming on. All right, I want to welcome to the show my dude Andre from Love Crossing Borders TV.
What's up, family? What's up,
good?
family panel?
What's good?
Oh man, it's a good day, man. We just had the Afro-Colombian Festival just came to an end. Today is the last day. It's a holiday here in Colombia, like always. So everybody's off work, enjoying themselves, enjoying the weather, enjoying the holiday. And it was just great to see so many brothers making some positive brothers. You know how I am. I'm very protective of this city. And so to see such uplifting, positive brothers meeting up with each other and enjoying the festival from all walks of life, coming down for the fashion show, coming down for the concert, the free concert. Over 50,000 people were at the concert. I mean, it was because the vice president, she was here.
I was going to ask you that. So she was there.
She was here. She was here for the president was actually here. The president came down and gave a speech, and then the vice president, she gave a speech. For those that don't know, that Colombia just elected its first Afro-Colombian female vice president, and so she was down here speaking. And this year's the first Democrat or president that they've had. So they're kind of wondering what direction the country's going to go. Most people don't know that Colombia is set up. You only get a 4-year term. You can't get an 8. So if you don't get it done in 4 years, that's just it, baby. That's it. And so it just was exciting to see everybody coming down for the culture. A lot of guys enjoy themselves with, meeting the ladies and things like that. And because, Cali is a huge Afro-Colombian melting pot. But a lot of guys left here very, very cultured and realized, like, man, you don't experience blackness like this in the United States. And a lot of guys realize that. They're like, wow, you come down here, you actually get a chance to experience blackness from instruments, from the music, from the poetry, from the businesses, all that you get a chance to experience down here in South America. So in Cali, we had an excellent time this weekend.
Now let me ask you this real quick, and I'm gonna move on to my guy Backpack Val. Before you went to Colombia, and I know you said you was kind of familiar with the culture a little bit because you was in the States. But Andre, did you realize it was that many Afro-Colombians down there before you moved down there to Cali?
No, I knew of a few people when I was, like I said, Tampa has a huge Colombian population, and so I knew of a few, but I didn't know that there were like 4.5 million Afro-Colombians that were down here, and I didn't know that was the third largest Afro-Latin community in the world. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. And so it's just refreshing to learn all these new things. I didn't know, there's a lot of stuff that you learn that historically you find out that was incorrect. Like you thought that just about all the transatlantic ships went to United States. You find out only 6 to 9% went to United States, and most of the ships went to South America and Central America and the Caribbeans. So you got over.
Okay, so do you Andre, do you know, like you said 3? Do you know like the main 3 of the Afro population is outside of Africa?
Oh yeah. The number 5 is Cuba with 1.1 million Afro-Latins. Number 4 is Mexico. Mexico is number 4 with 1.5 Afro-Latins. Number 3 is Colombia with 4.5 Afro-Latins. Number 2 is Haiti. A lot of people don't realize Haiti is actually a Latin country, Afro-Latin country. A lot of people look at Haiti as because they're just our brothers and sisters, but it is actually a Latin country with 8.5 million Latins. And numero uno in the world outside of Africa, Afro-Latins, is Brazil with 14.5 million Afro-Latins in one country.
Now, a reason I want to point that out, and I'm going to go ahead and move on to Backpack Val, because on some of these panels, they're saying that black men are not traveling to black countries. You do realize, and I'll be like, you do realize in Brazil, in Colombia, they're black people. Like they're just that ignorant, right? And on some of them, it's that, we're traveling for light-skinned women, for light-skinned women. I'm like, come on, what are you talking? You know how many black people are in Colombia? Very interesting.
Some of the most beautiful women in the country, during the fashion show and during this week. And even my wife says this a lot. She said the most beautiful women in Colombia are the dark-skinned women. She said they have the best bodies. She said here in Colombia, when you see women get surgery, they're trying to get their bodies like the black women of Colombia. Facts. She said they're the prototype, not the sisters in the States with all that mess that they doing. She said, but here, and if you look at Afro-Colombian women, you could tell, you said, yeah, I can see them being a prototype. Easy.
You know what? You absolutely right. I'll never forget. I was in Medellin, and me and my boy, we had some mestizos, the lighter complected girls, in our apartment, and we had the music going on the TV, and they was like talking about the black girls' hair. They was like, yeah, their hair is fake or whatnot, but they got like fake bodies, right? And on the flip side, you had the Afro-Colombian girls that were making fun of the mestizo girls for having the fake bodies. So it's like this little going back and forth. And, as a man, you really benefit off that because they all are competing for you and your attention, your time and your attention, right?
Yeah.
So it's very beautiful. Shout out to, I'm going to go ahead and welcome Backpack Val to the show. What up, bro? I see you got the wifey. Hey, man, I've been working out too, brother. Look, I see you, bro.
Yeah, I've just been working and working out. That's all I've been doing as of lately and whatnot. Really interesting conversation because I've been seeing a lot of attack on brothers who do travel as of lately, and it's completely unhinged. Man, these PUA coaches, these naysayers, they think just because they watch one series of 90 Day Fiance, they know everything there is that they need to know about interracial dating, what have you not. And little do they know, if they stepped outside the country, that's just a small microcosm of what's actually going on with people when they actually do travel. No one's really bringing in people for a green card or whatever have you not. And I keep noticing, like, the more and more they talk out against us, it validates all the reasons why we're leaving the USA in the first place. Like, they don't want to understand that, because like what makes no sense is that if let's just say the word is out there that, okay, all girls just want a green card or whatever the case was, why would we leave what we claim to like leave the United States for just to, re-enter the same exact situation? Something just make no sense when you just break it down and dissect it. And this is like, all this critique is coming from people who look just like us. Like the PA coach, they really think that they have a job or a profession. When in all reality, it's a hustle. Nothing that they speak about is fact-based, is proved by science or anything whatsoever, as opposed to a channel like Black Man Travels or Love Crossing Borders, where they're giving you information, not anecdotal, not any bias, actual information on things that you want to learn prior to traveling to another country and everything surrounding that. What do PUA coaches do? Let's just not even call them coaches anymore, because coaches, they teach you something, you know? It's not a hustle. That's what the PUA coach thing is like almost entirely for, you know? And now I feel like they're running out of content. So now they're trying to find another sector to attack to try and gain more traction for the dying content that they're breeding. Because honestly, arguing panel to panel about, oh, the black man need to do this and the black woman need to do that is getting tiring. And none of that is actually seeping into the real world as we actually know it. I just want to ask anyone in the panel, do you see these gender war discussions that they're having on YouTube, translating, changing our everyday lives as we walk, as we live? No, we don't see that happening. All right. So, I mean, that's what I really mainly wanted to say before you ask me any questions. I just think, the hate is getting ridiculous, and I wanted to make a video addressing that point sometime by the end of the week.
Good point, man. Very good point. I want to welcome the Global Passport crew to the channel. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
What's going on? I want to throw a new dynamic to this whole conversation. Back in 2017, I went to school in Tel Aviv, Israel, and this was an international program. And the two group of women that I found very affectionate was the non-religious Palestinian women and the Germans. And that's a dynamic we need to throw in, because I know about Colombia because I dated a girl from Colombia. They are very affectionate. Mexico, Brazil, all that. But there are other countries as well where you can find these affectionate women who literally, I mean, just to give you a quick story, I went to a friend of mine's house. She was just trying to be gracious. It's like, you want something to eat? I was like, no, I'm cool. And she just kept bringing it up. It's like, you sure you don't want anything to eat? I was like, no. It was like almost annoying, but just to see that type of affection coming to me from just a friend, it was just wow. And she's a really cool person. And like I said, there are other countries we need to start even looking at, because sooner or later everybody's going to be going down to the Dominican Republic, Brazil, Colombia, and it's going to just get saturated. We need to start exposing some of the other countries where we can find our mates that are affectionate and wifey material.
Good point. I'm going to welcome Atlanta Street Promo to the show, but before I do that, let me catch up on some of these super chats. I want to give a super shout out to Pablo Frescobar with a $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. It says, Passport Bros been showing a united front against our detractors. Very true, man. Yeah, we good over here, man. We stick together over here. All right, we stick together over here. Shout out to Caliente Piero Luis with a $4.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, Passport, I take the last trip. They are mad that brothers are learning to go where their effort is rewarded. Yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with going where you're most valued. All right. Shout out to Black Ram listening in, Black Ram 313. I want to definitely give a shout out to them. We got Xavier Lancaster in the building. Passport to the casket. Dip. That's what's up, Xavier. He's out there in Europe. Shout out to him. Shout out to Stock A with the $5 or $4.50. I believe that's a pound. He said, your message is sound and is truth from UK, London, Hackney. Appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate that. All right. I want to give another shout out to Raphael Williams with a $20 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, Passport, gang. That's what's up. Appreciate that, Raphael Williams, $20 super chat. Raphael look familiar. What up, Raphael? All right. I got another $2 super chat, Passport OG. Shout out to you, the $2.50. I'm not familiar with that. I want to say that might be the Kenyan or something. But he says, I don't think Black Ram is coming back. Shout out to Black Ram. He's tuning in, though. He's in Cartagena, man. He's his last day. So I appreciate him coming on for even that little amount of time. All right. I appreciate that, bro. All right. Shout out to Mr. G's World. $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He said, I know that feeling, Black Ram. After having dinner with a Costinian sister, I thought I needed to go to the club and entertain her some more. She said, let's go back to your hotel. It's very different. Most definitely, man. I don't know what it is about that first trip overseas. That first trip overseas is like surreal. All right. Shout out to Gaza Jackson, $99 super chat. Says, does Colombia have more or less holidays in America? Colombia got a lot of holidays, man. Isn't that right, Andre?
19.
Yeah, I feel like they
it's
make them
number
up as
two.
they go. Like,
Oh
my
Colombia
God.
is number 2 in the world for holidays. I think is another country that's number 1, but Colombia's been number 1 for years. Colombia has 19 holidays. Like today's a holiday, so and they have
how
like 3
many
or 4.
holidays does America have? Like what? 7 holidays versus 19. Brazil has a lot of holidays too.
12.
And they get 2 full weeks vacation off work. So they have the 19 holidays and they get 2 full weeks of paid vacation to split up to where we just get 10 days in the States on average. They get all 14 days to split up on average in Colombia.
That's what's up, man. You always with the stats, man. Shout out to my dude Andre. Right. He know them numbers. He don't know. He gonna tell you them numbers. Shout out to D South Crown 35. He's a member. Appreciate the $5 super chat. He says Black Ram really said the magic words. Passport bros are not trying to sell courses while overseas. We're just chilling. That's right, man. That's right, man. We just doing like everybody coming for us for some reason. We just living life. I don't know what's the big issue with Black men expanding their options. It's crazy.
And it's only us.
Out of curiosity, what have been some of the passport bros?
Shout out to Mr. $5 super chases. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Shout out to Mr. All right, I'm gonna catch you in a second. Street promo. Bill Show Bible $10 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. It's great content. We need good information. All right. So let me catch one more super chat, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring on my dude, the Passport King International Athlete, $5 super chat. Salute BMT and the Passport Gang. All right, so I got a lot of guys in the back end. I'm gonna start rotating a few guys out. Just give me 1 second. Shout out to my dude Jay Clyde in the building. Shout out to my dude Jay Clyde. Idiots don't realize 90 Day Fiance is a scripted show. Shaking my head. Yeah, it really is. Shout out to Grego712, the $4.99 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. People don't understand we travel to get away from here. Why would we want to bring them back when we don't want to be there? Very good point. Very good point. All right. All right. So I want to welcome Atlanta Street Pomo. What's going on, my brother, with the A-Town hat on, representing the home city? What up? What up?
What's good, fellas? What's up with y'all?
What's up, brother?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Yeah, man. Let me just say this, man. I'm sort of like I'm a genie, dog. I predict a lot of stuff. Now, y'all check this out, right? This shit right here. Oh, excuse me. This right here, this movement. Your boy Tyler Perry gonna make a movie about it. There's gonna be books. There's gonna be books about this. There's gonna be Oprah about to do 3 specials, documentaries, and all of that. This movement right here. Remember, I said this. This is about to be real big. And we are at the beginning of the stages, man. So let me just say this here. Like we get so much hate, man. And I was on this so-called panel or whatever you want to call it. And it's these Black women in America, and they just saying, oh, we don't care about you guys traveling. And they say that. They say we don't care. We got passports too. And this and that and this and that. And I'm sitting here just listening to the loud, they over talking, all of this. It's just loud noise. And they're not trying to hear. They focusing on the women. And I'm trying to tell them, like, listen, this is for us to just get away. We got beaches. We got culture. There's African culture. We could go out there. We can do tours. It's a vacation. It's to get away against the matrix. Stop hating, man. To everybody out there, please stop hating. It's hate at the end of the day. I don't care what you say, and I'm tired of it, man. Just know that Tyler Perry got a movie coming out, Medea Part 25. Medea
goes to Colombia.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. So that's all I really wanted to say, man. Like it's crazy, man. When I go to Colombia, man, you got the Asian guys out there. There's Asian guys out there, Indian guys. Everybody's catching. Nobody's catching flag but us.
Exactly.
In India, there's no YouTube television shows speaking on the Indians going out there. Like, come on, man. Yo, at the end of the day, it's hate. Forget all that.
Good point, man. Good point. Shout out to you, bro. I want to welcome Manna tomorrow to the show. What's going on, MOT?
Oh, what's going on, man? You know, I'm out here traveling around myself. I made it a point to be in the past 4 years, like heavily in like the Veracruz area of Mexico, because I have some married into the family kind of Afro Latinos, and I've been heavy in that area for about 4 years. I mean, dude, it's an amazing experience. Like what black men needed was to be around other cultured black men. Like I grew up around cultured black men. Of course, the obvious people overpopulated and kind of destroyed that, but you can't attack decent people and there not be any type of response for it. And right now, they're doing the work to actually what do you call it? Deflect from the fact that they're out of content and they have no answers for these women. They can't even get dudes to actually settle for these women because these dudes are not dating these women themselves, right? So it's like they're going to these women and just gaslighting them and trying to point to them a villain like it's other black men. Like everybody who's consistently on the train, not even a year ago, these dudes was throwing us under the bus. And especially not 5 or 6 years ago when I first got here. I was already right from the beginning about how this movement was going to grow because it was the correct answer. Now, people are going to try to libel us and do all type of stuff about sex trafficking and all this kind of stuff, but you don't see no Afro-Colombian like singers going down for this type of stuff. But you see people here domestically are going down for this stuff. I mean, nobody really covered when Magic City made $10 million during the All-Star break. Apparently, everybody who couldn't stand tricking, they completely missed that story for some reason. So it's like, look,
damn, $5 million
in a weekend, yeah, All-Star weekend. So it's like,
last street promo. Was you there? Was you there?
I was there. Hey, listen, it was $150 to get in, and everybody paid. That's a fact.
Wow.
And Mad City's not even that big. That's the crazy part. Unless they, made it bigger or something.
Wow. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm just saying that I want everybody to have a good experience. I want everybody to get their money together so that way you can be able to travel. Because once you have that Black Ram experience, that first out of the country experience, that first cultural acceptance of other people without no fake and no game involved, you're done with this culture, man. You're done with it. You're going to want to be around people like that where you don't have to try to get normal human being based interaction. And this is something that they wanted to hide from people forever, is the fact that you have to try so hard to get so little from people when you can just show up. Like I've had some of the best times in my life without electricity around, just being around decent people, sitting back, drinking and just eating natural food. I'm like, dude, listen, everybody needs to go get their experience. There's too many places to go that isn't here. I want you to go. And of course, be on your best behavior when you go over there. So that way, most of these people who already don't like us, who are trying to act like they're kind of on our side, is going to be trying to libel us with the worst people who act the worst out there. But thanks for having me on, man. Let me get up out of here. Let me get back to the road, man.
Good point, man. Good point. Shout out to you, MOT. Appreciate you coming on, man. Appreciate you coming on. I want to welcome Miss Dre, the kid, to the show. What up, Dre?
What's happening? What's happening? Another Drake.
That's
hey,
what's
man,
up.
What's up, fam?
Just out here living life, man. How's the audio? Because I'm up here on the roof, so I don't know.
Audio's
Everything
good, bro.
Good on y'all? All right. Yeah, man. Just out here living life, man, and watching the show. Hey, look, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing a lot of this stuff about passport bros, guys that travel, all that kind of stuff. I mean, almost all of it is from guys sitting on their rear ends in America talking about what guys are doing abroad, and or those of us that live overseas. It's like, look, we're constantly giving out a completely different message. We're saying, look, this goes on, that goes on. It's always, always, always some dude sitting in America trying to tell you about what you doing overseas or what you do when you go travel. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Good
You know,
point.
and it's like day to day, we out here in these countries. I mean, if you can see, I mean, beautiful views always, beautiful views always, and I mean, we out in the communities. I mean, you got guys down here. I mean, we speak languages. I mean, some, you know, if you're only traveling for shorter periods of time, I understand. You know, you're only visiting, you don't know the language. You know, that's its own thing. For a short period of time, but there's so many of us that are out here that live in these countries. You know, with ID cards, bank accounts. You know, it depends on what you're doing in that country. But all this extra nonsense that we keep hearing from day to day is like, why are you hating me today? Why are you sitting on your behind in America worried about what things to do doing overseas? Like, if he's not in America to compete for these women in America, that's more women for you. If you're a PUA coach, that should be a great thing for your business. That there's less dudes that want these other women in America, you know. Send them on. You know, it's more women in America for you.
Very good point. Very good point. Very good point, man. Let me catch up with these super chats, and I'm gonna get my brother Andre. I got to ask a question to him. Shout out to Virgil Forever Fit, the $2 super chat. He says, "When the hate don't work, they start telling lies." Very good point.
Whoa.
Very good point. Shout out to Urban Globe Try with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, "Hola from Panama. Keep preaching the facts." And these are all facts. You know, passport bros are consistently coming with the receipts. So let me refresh my chat real quick. Shout out to my dude, Joe. What up, Joe? Whoa, Joe, with the $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Big shout out to the whole panel. It just hurts me to see all the negativity towards us brothers coming from other brothers. SMH shaking my head. Very true. That was a little unexpected, but you know, I did, and MOT can attest to this. When I was telling guys to travel, what about maybe 3-4 years ago, I was damn near getting ran off of panels. All right, ran off the panels when I told guys to get their passports. Shout out to Poohman313 with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. He says, "Andre, I need that job list so can travel and use my passport." He talking about the, what is that, 300 jobs, Andre?
Yeah. The list that I sent you.
Yeah.
So you can either post my email in the chat, aspence2011@gmail.com, and Spence is spelled just like Spence, aspence2011@gmail.com, and I'll send you that list of over 300 online companies that are actually hiring year-round for individuals to work, from Amazon to U-Haul to other companies that are looking from $10 an hour all the way to $30 an hour, looking to hire individuals to work online. They're actually expanding here in Colombia. Amazon is expanding. They're expanding their US/English customer service down here in Colombia because they're opening up another warehouse down in Colombia. So a lot of people don't even realize that Amazon delivers down here.
That's what's up.
So,
also, I posted that job list on the Black Men Travels website as well, guys. So it's on there. It's like the last article I posted. But go ahead, Andre.
And because a lot of guys don't realize you don't have to start off. I tell guys there are two type of expats when it comes to relocating outside the United States. There are those that have a shield and those that have a slingshot. Those that have a shield are those that say, you know, I'm retired, I got my pension, or I'm ex-military, or I've saved up my investments. They have a shield. They have something that they've already built up. But you don't have to wait to get a shield to relocate. You could also do it like I did. I did the slingshot. First thing I did, I said mentally, I'll retire from corporate America. That means I'll retire from being hired by someone or fired by someone within the borders of the United States. The second thing is, when it comes to a slingshot, you may have to step back in the amount of money that you make just so you can get out of the United States and have the gift of time now. Now that you've got time, now you can build, now you move forward. I came here and I was making, I kid you not, when I first came here, I was making maybe $1,000 to $2,000 a month, even though I had a certain amount of money put to the side. But I knew that money was only going to last me like 3 years if I did nothing at all. So what I did, I said, I don't have, in other words, I don't have the shield. I don't have $500,000 sitting up there and still steady flipping investments. I only had a certain amount of investments. But now look at me 4 years later, and I'm bringing in 150, 160,000 a year. You see what I'm saying?
A lot of money, which is a lot of money out there.
Because I had the time to build a business or start an online job or do this or do that, because I wasn't afraid. I didn't sit back and watch other brothers that had the shit. Yeah, I can't move, man, because that other brother got $500,000, or that other brother, he got 300,000, he got 30,000 a month coming in. You don't have to wait to live your dream. Many of you can do just like you did, just like I did, just like Ace Live did. Ace didn't have anything, and Ace bringing in way more than what I'm bringing in. So there is no excuse. You can either come with a shield, like some of those that are retired, or your Social Security, or ex-military, or ex-police officer, or you just got savings that you just stacked up over the years, or you can be a person that starts off small, like I did, and the cost of living in these countries are only $1,000 to $1,200 to $1,500 a month anyway, especially here in Colombia.
Bro, tell them that, because people don't be believing me when I put these budgets up.
I'm telling you, man, I kid you not. Like I always tell about our apartment. I've been here for 4 years. We live in zone number 5 of 6, which is one of the highest zones. In other words, we live in the upper middle class suburbs. 10 feet vaulted ceilings. It's kind of funny. We're talking about how Boomerang, Ace Live, used to sleep on an air mattress in this room before we turned into a studio. And, and to sit back and see where we are, ricocheted too. And, including Wi-Fi, includes 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, huge. I got and if you want to know the size of the room, I've got a California king in our bedroom. So we don't have small little itty bitty rooms. This building is only 5 years old. We live in a really quiet neighborhood. We have a lemon tree park right next to us. The trees only grow lemons, and it's this beautiful park next to us. We got security. We've got our parking garage for our truck. We've got Wi-Fi, cable, all that for $420 a month. But here's the kicker. The stronger the US dollar gets, because I make US dollars, my rent goes down because it doesn't take as many dollars to exchange it into pesos. Our rent went from $420 a month during COVID all the way down to $280. We pay right now every month, because the US dollar is stronger, $333 a month for utilities, Wi-Fi, brand new washer and dryer, all the bells and whistles, nothing raggedy and old in our place. All we had to do is just go ahead, purchase the furniture, and we're good. In other words, it is less expensive for us when we go to Europe next year for 4 months. It is less expensive for us to keep our apartment than to put stuff in our truck and our furniture in storage.
Good point.
So when I say you don't have to be Mr. Rich Guy or rich woman to come down and start your journey, the thing that you need most of all, and I tell guys this, you need time. My time is not burnt with the 2-hour commute to work, 2 hours back. My time is not burnt sitting up there for 8 hours. Then you know what? I'm not making enough money, so I'm gonna go ahead and stay for 12 hours because I need that OT. My time is not burnt on doing all those extra things that keep me from writing the novel, keep from doing the consultations that we do. Now my time is dictated by what I want to do. In other words, I trusted myself enough to not make much coming back because I knew I would accomplish my goal going forward. And that's exactly what we're doing. I haven't even scratched the surface of the direction that we're the trajectory in which we're heading. So at the end of the day, do realize, guys, it is not expensive to start your journey of relocating outside the United States. Most of all, is just you just going for it. And the worst, and lastly, gentlemen, I've told myself when I was in the States, Andre, what is the worst thing that could happen? Write it down. Other than health, other than my family's health or my health, what is the worst thing that could happen? And what I wrote down was the worst thing that could happen is I go back to the United States, I stack some more money, and I get the hell back out. If that's the worst thing that could happen in my life other than health, I'm good. I'm out. That was the worst. That was the worst that could happen to me was I went back to the United States, I blew off my resume, I got another job, stayed there for another 6 months to a year, stacked my money, and I knew the blueprint of the mistakes that I made before. Don't make those mistakes and get the hell back out of the United States again.
You know what, man? You were absolutely right, because I didn't write it down, but I did the exact same thing. I said to myself, I said, well, if push comes to shove, I can always go back to America and work. But I even told my family, I said, listen, I'm never really going to technically live in America again. If I do come back to America, 3 to 6 months, I'm right back out. So,
don't get comfortable with me. Yeah,
exactly. I want to get backpack Val before I get you, bro. Let me catch up with some of these super chats. Shout out to DC with a 5 super chat. He says, BMT, we got to make it happen. Passport Bros versus game coaches live on Bernard's channel in a best of 3 debate. Give the people what we want and what we need. Listen, man. Basically. But you know what, though, man? I'll try to reach out with Bernard for like some personal shows, and he never gets back with me. I was surprised he had Master Teacher on there. But shout out to Bernard Riley. Shout out to Passport OG with 250. I don't know what type of Andre. Do you know what that is, bro? Is that like a?
You know what? That's the yuan.
That's the one. Is that China?
Yeah, I believe that's Japanese.
Japanese. Okay.
I thought it was yen. I don't know.
All right. So shout out to you, Passport OG. He said these white guys been doing this. All right. That's what's up. Yeah, they've been traveling the world. Shout out to Andre Baker. He's out there in Colombia with the 40 million. Appreciate that. He says, salute BMT in the panel. Keep up the great work. Don't stop traveling because the world is ours. Hashtag Passport Gang. Passport Gang in the building. Shout out to Finding Love in the Dominican Republic with $13 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. I'm here ghost watching. What's up, BMT and the chat? Appreciate that. Finding Love in the Dominican Republic. All right. Shout out to Israel Young Lion with the $4.99 super chat. I don't see B-dubs accusing Arabs of trafficking to their face, and they actually do it. The black man travels, and that is an issue. Yeah, it is an issue. I want to give a shout out to Life and Joy. He's one of the members. You got to be a bad man in the U.S. All right. Give a special shout out to my dude MOT with a $100 super chat. Man, I really appreciate that. MOT in the building. He says you can't bargain with men who found the best answer. And I believe MOT was on some of them panels. And I was telling Andre, now, let me tell you something, Andre. Like, I would say about 3 years ago, right? I used to go on these panels. I used to listen, and I'd be like, damn, they just kind of going back in circles, all right? And I say, hey, guys, I just got back from Brazil. I think brothers should get their passports and just travel. They used to cuss me off them panels, bro. Are you a coward? You running away from the issues in the black community? I'm like, bro, I'm just letting you guys, I'm just giving out an option. Damn. I mean, got called all types of names. And these same guys, these same individuals, hashtag BGS, excuse me, now they all about the passport game. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what the change of heart was, because now they on our side. But I was telling these guys, yeah, exactly. I was telling these guys, hey man, when I got back from Brazil, I was Austin maybe 3-4 years ago, bro. When I got back, I started writing articles. I created a YouTube channel. I was like, listen, Brazil is it. I like Brazil is it. I don't know what it is about that very first trip. All right. Now Brazil is a little bit of a culture shock, right? It's definitely a little bit of a culture shock. But once you get past that, you're gonna be in for an amazing time, because it is an amazing culture out there in Brazil. All right. Let me catch Jay Renard letter with the $5 super chat. Women just don't like when black men with good jobs, save passports, and good values look for better options in other countries. That is all. Shout out to Tiny Tim, the $5 super chat. Black men have been going overseas and marrying foreign women forever. This is not new. Used to have U.S. bases in Panama until 1999. All right. Shout out to No Internet with the $5 super chat. He says males are not hardwired to war with females. Good point, man. You don't want to be arguing on panels with women. The most powerful thing a man can do is walk away. Very good point.
Amen.
I learned that from my older guys, or I learned that from my grandfather. Sometimes it's just best to just walk away. Shout out to Eric Powell with the $5 super chat. He says, for the revolution, boitage. That's right, boitage. Shout out to Blade to our super chat. Salute Aaron Farris and BMT Travels. All right. So I think I called back up. I got one more shout out to GCLA to our super chat, man. I really appreciate that. So what is the minimum amount of days a first-time traveler from the U.S. to South American country stay to get their initial feel for the place? That's a good question, man. Dre, you want to tackle that?
Say that again.
The minimum amount of days a first-time traveler from the U.S. to South American country. I guess he's saying, like, how long do you need to get a feel for the country? How many days do you assume? I would say 6 months, but what would you say?
In order to really get a feel, see, there's a different definition of feel. Is he trying to get a feel for as an expat, or is he trying to get a feel for it as a traveler? Because some dudes, they don't want to be expats; they just want to be travelers coming back and forth. And in our mindset, our mentality is completely different.
Very different.
Okay, I think he says to get the initial feel for a place. So I'm assuming the initial feel.
I would say, me personally, to get the initial feel of it, I would say between 5 to 10 to 5 days to 2 weeks to get the initial feel. He did say the initial, whether it be in that city, like for example, as you know, Aaron, if you come to Colombia for 10 days, you know that it's so inexpensive to fly around here, and everything is within an hour flight. You can say, okay, I'm here for 10 days. I could spend 5 in Medellin or Cartagena, shoot over to Medellin or Cartagena or Cali or Barranquilla for 3 or 4 days, and shoot back on the last day to my initial spot to fly out the next morning, because it's so inexpensive. You can get a round trip ticket flight, $50, $25, $60 for a round trip flight to anywhere you want to go in Colombia, from one major city to the other, and it's only an hour flight. And so to get that initial feel for if you're talking about the initial feel for the country, and I had 10 days, I would split it up. I would not spend 10 days in one city. I know y'all like the little lady that you met when you was there. Man, it's so inexpensive. Go ahead and fly out to Medellin with you if you want to, if you're that crazy, but who want to take sand to the beach? But at the end of the day, that's how I would break my time up. I wouldn't look at it as just going to one city and thinking that I know the country.
Good point. Good point. Backpack Val, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what's your thoughts, bro?
Thoughts on, well, this whole thing? Like, I just feel like, this anger towards Pastor Brothers is just going completely unprovoked. I don't see anyone here on this panel. I don't think anyone here in this panel. I'll ask, have you guys made fun of anyone who didn't have a passport? No. Exactly. That's how much we don't care about, what's really going on with other people and what have you not. And it's so funny because, I travel, I'm sure we all traveled, and we kicked it with other guys, right, in the bars and what have you not. And we laugh at this conversation. Like, we laugh at the perception that's being brought upon us because it's so far from the truth, man. Like, it's worth suing people over at this point, because it's like, come on, like, where is all this coming from? I get some people don't represent the conglomerate, being the Passport Brothers. You know what I'm saying? There's a small microcosm of us that aren't, on par, that are against the grain, so to speak. But that minority does not define the movement. And I feel like the narrative is getting completely lost, especially amongst the naysayers, because they're trying to throw in the fact that, like, okay, they're just trying to go there for women. And it's like, no. It may very well be the part of it, and there's no shame to that whatsoever. However, there's much more to life than just that aspect that they just keep plastering. And even with that information that they keep bringing up regarding the woman, it's false within itself and it's disingenuous. So I just really would like to encourage all these PWA coaches, these PWA hustlers, to, step outside the country, step outside the confines of the United States, and just really live else, not live else, but seek another experience, so to speak. And then go on your YouTube platform or whatever and give an unbiased opinion about how your treatment was overseas. And wow, I bet you they'll lose their following real fast. But yeah, end all be all, it's just disingenuous, that they're just attacking people who look just like them when we're not really doing anything but just giving out information and giving brothers an option who want an option, who feel like the walls are closing in within this country, being the United States, I feel like, what we're doing is important, giving brothers information, saving brothers lives, literally lives, by giving them an option to go elsewhere that they would have never, ever thought on their own. So, and don't even let none of this stuff discourage you or anything like that. Just keep doing your thing. All these shaming tactics don't hold any weight whatsoever.
Okay, good point, man. I want to give another shout out to Manager Mar, man. I really appreciate that super chat, bro. He says, when you don't have to waste time watching your back, there's tons of time to produce. All right, so guys, I'm gonna do a little devil's advocate here. I'm gonna start off with Atlanta Street Promo and Podcast. I'm gonna start off with him, and I'm gonna go around the panel being a devil's advocate, bro. Some of the talking points have been that Black men that are traveling overseas are only traveling because they cannot attract women in the United States. All right. They're incels. All right. They can't date. They never date a woman in the States that look, over a 3. All right. What would you say to that, Atlanta Street Promo?
Yo, listen, man. Let me just start off saying I'm not a Pookie, right? I'm not a Ray Ray.
Right.
All right. I work a corporate job. I have 2 businesses, man. I make a pretty good amount of money. I got a nice vehicle, you know what I'm saying? I got a Beamer 2021 joint. I got, I get fly, got some jewelry. I move around the city. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in the A. So I go to clubs. It's not hard for me to get a female. It's not. It's really not hard. It's just that I just want something a little bit different. What's wrong with a little bit different? I like real hair. I like when I go to Colombia, the women have the curly afros, man. Oh my God, the real hair, not no weave. They are a few, but the majority, they have real hair, man. I look them up and down. I look at the women in South America, they keep their toes done. You will never find a female in Colombia without their toes and their nails done. That's a fact. Okay. A lot of them don't even have the fake bodies. It's like the more model bougie type females that's just knowing about Instagram and stuff. But the regular girls you see in the mall that work at the airport, that got a job, work at the banks, they keep themselves up to par. They work out. Oh my God, man. Look, I could pull a girl in America with no problems, man, but I just want something different, man. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going where I'm wanted. You heard? When I touch down, it's hola, ¿cómo está? Bien, ven aquí, mami. You know what I'm saying? Man. And I like you go to the club out here. Hey, excuse me, how you doing? What you want? Hey, I ain't got no time for no broke nigga. How you know I'm broke? You don't know me. Like, yo, listen, brothers, get your passport. And when you go around the circle, bro, I got one more thing to say, but I'm done for right now.
Okay. I want to give a shout out to Ed Charles with a $5 super chat. He says, I lived in Cambodia I lived in Cambodia for 4 years, and Dre dropping straight facts. Brothers, do yourself a favor and travel, and you'll see for yourself. Big props to BMT. All right. Hey, we got a record today in the chat, man. Pat yourselves on the back, guys. 644 on the live stream. That's definitely a record, man. So, yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Now I got a sister in the back end. I got a lot of people in the back end, but I want to bring up this sister right here and just see what she got to say, guys. Be very respectful in the chat room. I know everybody on the channel is going to be respectful. So let me bring in this sister right here and see what she has to say real quick, man. All right.
Hello, I'm not a sister. I'm a mixed race. I'm a proud mixed race American. My mom is damn near Hispanic, so I do not appreciate you calling me a sister. But yeah, I do want to appreciate. I don't know why there's a problem with interracial dating. I do see a lot of more. I think that's probably why a lot of people get mad. And I do appreciate these channels because I'm seeing more of my image. When I was a little bitty girl, there wasn't that many light-skinned people or people who were mixed race, growing up. And also, it's more accepting for mixed race people to be labeled our own racial category instead of being combined in with people who look fully African. So it's just like,
what are you mixing with?
It's more, Well, of course, I'm not fully African. There's no such thing as a light-skinned African. My mom side of the family is Hispanic, and my dad's side of the family is full-blooded. Look like they came off of the slave ship. So
Okay.
a real African-looking person. But I just want to congratulate. I see more mixed race. Actually, I don't even see too many dark-skinned babies in a store. I see more mixed race babies in a store, which is not a problem for me. But my thing is, if someone has a preference, why do people get mad about that? Like me, my preference is Hispanic men, and I only date Hispanic men, and my babies are gonna come out Hispanic damn near. So like, my thing is, why is it a problem? You know what I mean? Like for an example, a lot of Black women, I get what they say. They say like in general, Black men don't provide, don't do anything for their communities, which is true. But like if Black men decide to go
Lord, here we
out,
go.
no,
Here
if
we
Black men
go.
decide to
There we
go
go.
out,
There we go.
what is the
Take the
truth? What
shots,
do you
baby.
guys?
Take the
Well, what do you?
shots.
Let's be honest here. But if they decide to go out, why is it a problem? If you guys decide to go out, I don't get it. Like they complain that you guys don't do nothing, but then you get mad when you guys go out and someone else appreciate you guys. So I don't understand that. I really don't.
Okay, man.
Like I know for a fact the future is gonna be. You guys do say that Black is the dominant gene. I really think white is the dominant gene, which is why we come out more lighter complected, which is why white people cannot create dark skinned babies. But like my thing is,
Hey,
what's
hey,
the problem?
hey, I appreciate
What's
you.
the problem?
I appreciate you coming on the show. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yo,
all right.
What happened? Am I your
Appreciate you
sister?
coming on the show. Thank you.
Am I
Thank you very much.
Come
Thank you
on,
very
man.
much.
Come
All
on.
right. All right. She's trying to throw this. Yeah, very funny.
Hey,
All
hey,
right.
this
I don't
is
know
why
what you
we
mixed
get.
with. You don't
Hey,
you
this
don't
is
like
why
that mixed
offending
with
you guys?
All right, get on
This
up
is
out
why
of
we
here.
getting out of here, man. This is why. This is why in America, as a black man, this is why we gotta get out of here, man. This is
you know
why
what?
we gotta
You know what? So
go.
I
you know
believe
what? So
Aaron paid for that. I
no, I
believe
didn't.
Aaron
I
set
didn't
all
pay for
this
that.
up, man.
No, I didn't
That
set
was
this up at
too
all, bro.
good, too easy to have such a stereotype,
listen,
prototype of what
listen.
these men are talking about that they're dealing with. And the
Yeah.
ultimate prototype just so happens to show up. No, Aaron, I need to see the receipts because there's some receipts that you got. You
Hold
ain't
on,
telling
let
us
me.
about.
Hey,
That
yo,
could not happen.
I gotta kick out the back
And
end.
see, and you first thing she says she's not a sister. Come on, fam.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that
hold
threw
on.
me off. Like,
Hold on,
yeah,
so-
that threw me off. I was like,
Hey,
okay.
you know
She
what? I let her
looked
talk. I let her talk for a second, man, because it's just so funny to me that not all, but some sisters truly believe that there's so much more intelligence. So I just let her kind of like talk herself in a circle with the little undermining and the little I get it. I was like, okay, so
Undertone
I got it.
prejudice.
Let me go and get you out here before they light you up and we're gonna get disrespectful with each other because it's a waste of time. But shout out to her, man. Shout out to her. She tried to come in and throw some little shots and then give you a backhanded compliment on basically her preference of divesting or whatnot. But the question is, do these foreign guys really want you? That's the question. We're just gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna go back and forth, but we're just gonna leave it at that. Let me catch a super chat with $1.99 super chat by Callier Pierre Luez. What's the link to join? I dropped the link. I know I got a lot of guys in the back end. Do me a favor, guys. Make sure you cam up. Poor man 313. Andre, what's that email? Andre, you want to shout your email one more time?
It's A Spence, which is SPE as in egg or Edward. A Spence, SPENCE 2011 at Gmail. A Spence 2011 at Gmail. And I'll send you that list of over 300. And I'm actually doing this week. I'll be doing an updated version of that list of over 300 companies that are hiring year round for online job opportunities. And many of them I started off when I relocated, I worked for. So this is not something that I'm just hearing about. It's actually, that's what I did. I decided that I was making $70,000 to $80,000 a year in the States. I had my big house in the suburbs of Tampa and so forth and my Ford F-150 Harley Davidson edition. I was not and had all the beautiful ladies and was not a happy dude. I knew there was something that was outside the plantation that I need to do. And so once I started to travel, I decided to let that go, all the things that were important in the States go. And I had to step back a little bit, but then it was well worth it. As you can see, what's as you guys have seen my journey over the last 4 or 5 years.
All right. Good point. Let me catch the super chat, and I know my dude Atlanta Street Promo got something to say. I'm gonna let you speak on it. Let me catch the super chat real quick. All right, and I'm gonna get to my brother. I'm gonna welcome my brother Xavier to the show as well. Shout out to GCLA with the $5 super chat. You guys read my message perfectly, and Andre gave a perfect answer. Thanks. Yeah, my dude Andre is definitely on point. Go ahead, Atlanta Street Promo. You want to say something about the last? I guess you want to say caller.
Nah. I forget about her, man. I ain't
okay.
Because she says she's not a sister, but we see her needing help. Who's the brother's gonna be the first to step up to protect her? You know what I'm saying? Because we thinking in our mind that's a sister, but obviously she don't rock with us.
Man, she wasn't mixed with nothing. She was mixed with light skin and black. She wasn't mixed with nothing.
Yeah.
You know what? We should have tried her. We should have tried her on her Spanish since she's supposed to be Hispanic. We should have tried her. I guarantee she didn't speak no Spanish. All right.
But yo, I just wanted to say one thing, man. As a brother, a black male FBA out here, I would like to just say, maybe I'm wrong at this, but I don't think the reason why we so hyped, man, when we get our passport is because I don't think black men FBA, I don't think we travel like that, man. Only if we have family in in the Navy or whatever that's in Germany or something like that. Because I'm thinking a lot of my people that I know, they traveling in this Miami, they traveling in this Vegas, they traveling in this Jamaica or something like that. That's just my experience. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but when we get our passport, man, we throwing money. Not we, but the Pookies, they throwing money because they've never seen nothing like this. They're so hyped, they don't know how to act. So that's why they on their Pookie stuff. The second thing I want to say, well, maybe I'm wrong, don't kill me, but the second thing I want to say is that now, as I'm speaking as an average guy, say like a guy that works in a UPS or Walmart, you know what I'm saying? He might make like 30 grand a year. The average guy in the city where I'm at ain't really pulling no 9s and 10s like that. Am I right or wrong? Like I'm thinking like a lot of these guys have to settle. Like if you look at the average guy in America that doesn't make a lot of money, that doesn't have a car, maybe has a roommate and he's 30 years old, his girl might not be no 10. So when a brother go out the country and that 30,000 is like 75,000 over there, he's pulling a 10. So out here in America, you might have to be LeBron James to get you a Amber Rose, or you a Carmelo Anthony to get you a nice dime piece. But out there, you can do that. So in Colombia, you LeBron James, dude. Who want to be?
Hold up. Let me stop you there. Let me stop you there real quick, man. Because if you get some game courses, all right, you can get that dime, brother. You get some game courses for $12,000, right? $11,999. You can get some game, and you can get those beautiful women in the States. All right. Hold on, I'm gonna let you make a comment in a second, but I gotta welcome to the show my dude Xavier real quick. He's been sitting in the back end for a minute. Welcome to the show, Xavier.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Salute and B1 to the panel. All right, brothers. I was just introduction. That's all.
Okay. Shout out to the passport OG with the, I think that's 610. I believe that's the yen. Maybe I gotta look that up. He says the opposite of love is apathy. Hate shows that people are bothered. We don't police ex-lovers, so why the F police you ain't even dating? All right, go ahead, Backpack Val. You want to say something?
Oh yeah, for the brother with the Atlanta fitted, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I just don't want people to believe that that's the only way that they can pull a dime abroad by flexing their money or what have you not. The thing is, like, when I realized when traveling is that the respect amongst men is completely different than that of what we see in the United States, where like we could get into altercation with a female and a female might strike us first, and we're left in a position where we don't even know what to do. But overseas that doesn't really happen. There's a certain decorum where women respect you as a man. So it doesn't really necessarily take the same type of you know, dynamic or whatever have you not to try to, you know, pull a dime overseas as opposed to, you know, how we do it, you know, in the United States. Yeah, it does help having money and what have you not, but it's not all you need to have, because I've seen guys who are less fortunate, a lot less fortunate than we are, you know, that live in said countries that, you know, pull dimes as we speak. So I don't want to give the brothers that, you know what I'm saying, that the mind state whatsoever. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong though. You're not wrong. But I don't think that's the whole entire truth. That's that, you know.
That's a very good point. I've actually experienced that at some point, especially when I was down in Medellin. I'm looking at my girlfriend. I'm just like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, you will get the moments.
See, like dating werewolves, you know. No, with all due respect, but like I've seen it. Like, whoa, Beauty and the Beast, you know.
So look, right, the guy in Medellin, the guy in Cartagena, the guy in Cali, dude is probably a mechanic or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Something, maybe work for Rappi. You know what I'm saying? He might be doing delivery all day, but his girl is a 10.
Exactly.
That's very true. That's facts.
Yo, bro,
that's facts.
I would walk around. Yo, I order Rappi all the time to the hotel. Boom. I get my food. Who's hopping off the back of the moto is a baddie, and she's delivering food. Baddie, real hair. I'm like, oh my God. Like, yo, so you know what I'm saying? Like, you be poor in Colombia, get you a nice, cool baddie. In America, man, come on, man, you're getting shamed because you ain't got no car. You 30 years old, you got a roommate. Once these American women find out you ain't doing that, once they find that out, oh, they calling their homegirl, oh, he broke ass, Nick. He broke. Oh, come on, man. Listen, like, I'm out of here, brothers. Listen to me, man. Listen, this is your boy. Get your passport.
Facts. A-Town down. Peace. All right, I want to give a shout out to Texas Gold Smile with the 5 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, Kobe Freeman here. We need to start networking with each other between the countries we are in and stop using the U.S. as a crush. I want to give a special shout out to my guy, Kobe Freeman at El Louis Cigars. He's out there based in the Dominican Republic. He has his own cigar company. He has a couple of businesses, but he has his own cigar company. He has some of the best quality cigars in the market today. So I want to give a special shout out to my dude, Kobe Freeman. That's another thing I want to cover that we don't mention often. I've done a few shows about it. You guys can check out some of the videos about entrepreneurship, right? Andre can attest to this as well, that you got guys, man, they're doing deals, in the those special zones, those manufacturing zones in the Dominican Republic. All right, you got guys doing that out there, making moves. You got guys with clothing lines, manufacturing clothes in Colombia, all right, for a way cheaper price than you would do in America. You got guys out here with businesses in Thailand. This is what we're not talking about being a passport, bro. For all the entrepreneurs, there's a lot of opportunities, man. The material is much cheaper, and you're going directly to the source. So shout out to Kobe Freeman. He actually showed me, him and his assistant took me to a manufacturing zone out there right outside, I believe, Medellin, Colombia, and they showed me the leather factory and everything like that. You can see on a pre-commercial in this video, I was at a t-shirt factory in Colombia. So you do have that as well. So I definitely want to mention the entrepreneur opportunities that's available out there overseas when you go directly to the source. There's a lot of resources in South America, especially that you can tap into. All right, guys.
I just wanted to make a quick mention. You see that side note right there that you just spoke. It was more game than any PUA coach could have ever in their entire lifetime. Round up all their YouTube clips. That was more game on that side note than everything that they put together and gave to their audience right then and there. And this is what I'm talking about, the difference between PUA hustling and this Passport Brothers movement. Information versus subjectivity, complete subjective content. Two completely different things, apples and orange comparisons. Like, you know what I mean? I just wanted to I felt like it was a perfect opportunity to highlight that point after you went on, that side note. My fault.
No, you good, man. Good point. Everybody's everybody's laughing about the woman that was just in the chat. I did not put her up to that, guys. People saying you put it up to that. No, I did not. I do not know who that lady is. I tell you, I did not know who that lady. I think she's low key trolling, fam. Yeah, she was low key trolling. Shout out to Statmaster $2 super chat. She definitely was low key trolling. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a little rotation, man. If any guys want to drop off, volunteer to drop off the panel. I got a lot of guys in the back end, so I'm gonna start bringing some new guys up in here. All right,
no problem. Yeah, take care. I'm about to go start exercising right now. Thank you for having me on the panel.
Hey, get them burpees. You doing them burpees, bro? I see you. You doing them burpees?
You already know.
I see you.
Try to get ready for my next trip, But I won't hold you up, man. Thank you for having me on as always, man. All right.
Salute, bro. Salute.
Take care.
Push ups in, bro. I'm catching up.
I see you.
All right, bro. All right. Let me get some guys up in here. I got the social loner. Is that it? Is that your name, bro?
Yeah, that social loner, but some girl took it, so I go by the social loner. Can you hear me?
Okay, the social loner. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. Hold up. I think I'm just trying to get all this equipment. I got all this equipment, so I'm trying to figure everything how it all works. But You can hear me fine, right?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Loud and clear. All right. I just wanted to come on this panel just to give a bit of my 2 cents. And I've been watching a lot of these PUA gentlemen and the things that they've been saying and why that they're so adamant about coming after the passport bros. And I think it goes to the same thing. Like, imagine if somebody tomorrow would have the cure for cancer. Hospitals will rebel. They will rebel. So a lot of information that they've been selling guys is just little bits just to keep them hungry. And to keep coming back to them. So now that we have something that can actually work, that actually has value, and that they can't compete with, and I think that's one of the biggest issues that we have. Why that they're so adamant about fighting, going to other countries. And men have always traveled to new lands for better opportunities, always. But I do have a concern that men also have tendency to colonize. So a lot of the gentlemen that might go over there. They do need to have some sense of self-worth, because if they don't, they're going to go over there and get played. That's simply what will happen. Because if you treat a woman like a, what people say, if you treat a woman like a star, she treat you like a fan. Given enough time, we will change the culture. I've seen a lot of it happen in the Dominican Republic, and I've seen it happen somewhat into the Colombia. And not to say just only, I've seen a lot of it happening, in the Medellin areas, the Cartagena, all the places in which tourists would frequent. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
Yeah. So, I'm an avid traveler. I've been traveling for a very long time. So I've watched the shift and watched the changes actually happen and take place. And just when that young lady came on, honestly,
they're tearing her up. They're tearing her up in the chat, man.
Listen, like, honestly, think about. what was that? I was watching an interview with one of those what's those kids called? The two with the weird hair. Fly. I'm an island boy. Those two. And what he was saying is, bad intention is still intention. It still generates and give them that dopamine rush. And she might just needed some attention, because if somebody truly don't matter, you won't even come into the atmosphere. You just won't even bother with them. And that's why I feel I operate in a whole different new way. I'm focused on making my money, taking care of what I need to take care of. And regardless of what they have to say, I just kind of let it by the wayside. And I just love that more men are coming together and seeing that together we have options in other places. Because for a very long time, men have been negotiating from a place of weakness. One of the fundamental things about negotiation is if you're not willing to walk away, you already lost. You already lost. And a lot of men was not willing to walk away because truthfully, we had no option, and we all love the box. There's a lot of things that we will do for the box, for that kind of thing. So a lot of men will go into the negotiation with a female and giving more and giving more and giving more and giving more. And each time you give, she required more. And we in sense came and spoiled them. And now we're kind of wreaking our own behavior. But a lot of men who are fundamentally doing things that they need to do, they're career oriented, they got a home, got all these things going on. They're going into the market and seeing there's really nothing that they can get for all the work that they have put in to building themselves better. So clearly, we're going to go overseas and find us a wife, and not just a one night stand little. I'm trying to use words that won't demonetize this channel, get people in trouble. I'm trying to be polite, but that's what I think. That's Yeah, that's just like my thinking. And I think that more of us just not focusing on females, because we are in ourselves as males are an economy. And if we come together, we can generate a lot of money within us. Just similar to like a lot of cultures do. They just keep that money rotating within their own communities. And if we can all come together and rotate that money within our community and really support each other and come together, we will go far. You can't destroy, what is it called? A bunch of ants together. Together we're powerful. And I think more men, instead of competing, are starting to work together. And that in itself is a huge problem for this establishment. All right. So let me just go ahead and just fall back for a little bit. Let some other gentlemen come in here and talk and say what they have to say. All right. I appreciate you guys a lot, man. And Andre, I see you. I'll be back in Cali.
That's the man right there. That's what's up. Yeah, I see guys in the comments. They all screaming pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. I didn't get it at first, but I see what you guys saying. Get on up out of there. Shout out to Bobby Barnes, the $10 super chat, man. He says she straight disrespected her father. I don't know if y'all caught that. Yeah, she was all over the place, man. We ain't worried about her. She was trolling. She was trolling. All right, let me catch another super chat by Jaleel. $2 super chat, man. I really appreciate that. He says, "Good Lord, okay, protect that peace, brothers." Very true. Very true. All right, I want to welcome to the show. Is that Los Viajeros Life? Is that how you say that?
Los Viajeros.
Okay, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Spanish, español.
Yeah, un poquito.
Visto.
I just wanted to, this past week, I don't know what it was, and I got to be honest. My interaction with Passport Bros was, very limited up until like about a week ago. And I just noticed that there was just a lot of hate coming towards you guys' way. So I was like, I got to find out what exactly is the problem. What is the problem? Man, look, I just came on to tell these brothers, I've been doing this for a long, long, long time. I was traveling long before this became a popular thing. And I wasn't traveling, simply, for, I don't want to get you demonetized. I wasn't traveling for.
We get it.
For bodies. I wasn't doing that. Mm-hmm. I was with and just for reference, my area is Mexico. So mm-hmm. I work in the States like 2 days a week, but I live in Mexico with my girl. And I just got to tell these brothers, like, you have to understand, these PUA coaches, they are on some straight hateration. They have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. The lies that they're spewing, whatever, but I got receipts. My life is living proof. I got nothing but peace going on. Mm-hmm. And when you leave these states and you realize just how peaceful and beautiful life can be when you're with someone who is, man, I can't even describe it. I really can't describe it. But I can tell you, there's nothing like it in the world. Do not let these folks talk you out of living a peaceful life. And I heard a dude yesterday, and I can't remember who he was, but he was talking about you guys and talking about how you guys were lames, and any men who left the country and so forth and so on were lames. Talking about they don't have game. I'm gonna tell you what game is, and then I'm gonna get off. Game is being multilingual. Game is teaching yourself another language and being able to interact with a woman in her language, being able to have a colloquy with her in her vernacular, being able to impress her with much more than money. And I think it's sad that so many people spread these lies and talk about how these women just want us for money and green cards. And let me tell you something. Most of these women do not even want to leave their country. Their country is beautiful. Their countries are beautiful.
Say that one more time, man. Say that one more time.
Their countries are beyond beautiful. It'd be like somebody living on the Pacific coast of California and talking about, well, I'm going to move to the desert of Arizona. For what? For what? They don't want to leave. They don't want to leave their families. They don't want to leave their culture. They don't want to leave their food. And this idea that these people don't work. These people work. They don't need. They don't want your money. They work.
Yeah.
They work. I don't know what people just think these ladies are sitting around waiting for a handout. They work. Let me tell you something. I could go on and on, but you wouldn't believe the stories I have. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you brothers, do not let these people talk you into believing that life is not better on the other side. It is so much better. And this idea that you have to handle these hyenas over here and you got to handle them like they're animals, or you got to handle them like circus animals. I don't handle nobody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't handle nobody. My woman does not have to be handled. She is fit, feminine, friendly. And I'm going to tell you something. She worships the ground I walk on. And she has never asked me for a dime. But when you meet a woman that bad, when you meet a woman that deep, you want to give her everything in the world. But I guarantee you right now, I wouldn't give a drop of water to one of these hyenas over here if I saw her on fire. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. But I've been dealing with it for a long time, bro. I've been dealing with it for a long, long time. You brothers, get your passport and get to stepping. Go out there and check it out. And I'm not an advocate for, racking up bodies. But I'm gonna tell you something. If you want something real and you want somebody who's gonna be down for you, I'll tell you right now, these ladies in the States, that same dude, he was talking about, you ain't got game if you can't make a woman submit to you and everything. If you got to make a woman submit, the minute you drop off, she gone. She gone. My girl right now, if I dropped off, we're going to have rice and beans and she going to still have a big cheese on her face. Big cheese on her face. So let that just be a lesson. I'm telling you, brothers, get your passport and get to stepping.
Man,
that's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say.
Very good point. Man, Patrick Sales on the back. We just hit a record. I wish I had some little sound effects. We got 706 in the chat. There we go. Who got the sound effects, man? Who got the sound? That's what's up. Appreciate it. Do that one more time. 717 now. That's what's up, man. Oh, appreciate that, bro. I gotta get one of those, man. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Let me get that super chat by D South Crown 35 with the file super chat, man. I really appreciate that. Oh my goodness, it started. All right. Appreciate that, man. He's a member as well. Appreciate that. All right. I want to welcome, is that multiple personality intelligence? Is that
Hey Aaron.
Yeah.
And if the gentleman doesn't mind, let me jump in real quick because I'm on a time schedule. They just put me on.
Go ahead, bro.
I got to go. Hey, look.
Go ahead, bro.
For the gentleman, look. If you're a working class individual in the States, I know it's rough for y'all. The ladies hate on y'all. Look, just stay on your grind, stack your money, get out here, travel, get to some of these countries. If you want to live in these countries, you need to learn the language. These PUA coaches, look, let them folks talk. Stay on what you need to do. Focused on what you need to do. You want a relationship in one of these countries, you're going to need to be on the ground. You need to come out here to these countries. You got to be on the ground. You can't do this stuff online. You can't show up for a couple of days. You got to get out here. You got to learn the cultures. You got to learn the languages. It's out here for you. It's not difficult. For the most part, it's not difficult. You're going to need to, have you something going like Andre said, whether it's your, any type of pension payments, working online, things like that. Get all that stuff in line. Get your plane ticket. Go to where you want to go. I think a gentleman asked earlier how much time you need to be in these countries. Andre said about 10 days, 2 weeks-ish. You need to get out, see whether or not you like that particular area. Country like here in Colombia, like Andre said, you can travel within this country. I'm not even in the city that I live in, but get out here, see the different areas. You come to Colombia, spend a couple days in one city, spend a couple days in another city. They're all different. The terrain is different. The cultures are different. It's possible. Stop listening to the nonsense. follow you guys like BMT here, Andre, and the other gentlemen that are putting out positive messages. It's possible, you know. But I wanted to get that in there, Aaron, because they, like I said, they put me on the time schedule. Say, hey man, it's time
Now
to
you
go.
good, man.
So,
Hey, show us that view before you go, bro. Show us that view real quick before you go.
All right, so we got this here going. I'm gonna spin it around up here at the pool. Got the family sitting over here. Oh, they back here waiting on me. Okay, hold on.
Right.
Amor, dígale hola. It's a family, and we got some more going on here. Hey man, just come down here, man. Learn what you can, speak the languages, and hey, man, that's all I got for you. If y'all need me, hit me up on IG, same handle.
All right, man. Peace out. I'll let you later,
I'll let
bro.
y'all.
All right,
Dre. All right, bro. Holla.
All right, that was my dude. That was my dude, Dre, out there in Colombia. All right, let me catch a super chat, and I'm gonna get multiple personality on here once again. Shout out to Martez Brown, the 5 super chat. He says FBA black men have been and still are intentionally and strategically been robbed of femininity. Very good point, Martez Brown. All right, multiple personality. You on the show, bro?
Hey, what's going on, BMT? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you pretty good.
Cool. Well, first, I appreciate you for having me on. I appreciate your mission and everything you're doing for the Passport Brothers. I want to say what's up to everybody else on the panel as well. I've seen you guys within the last week. I appreciate all of you guys' points of view. I appreciate all of the content that you guys putting out. Real quick, I just want to try to add a little bit to the conversation. I got my first passport in 1999. I was in the military. Went to Germany for 4 years. Got to see pretty much the whole other side of the world. Did some contracting, so I got to see the Middle East, Dubai, all those different places, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, whatever. And recently, I just went down to DR around 2015, 2016. So the only other 2 places I really had to knock out is Colombia and Brazil. And I plan on taking on Colombia probably within the next month or so. So to all the other brothers that's out here traveling, thinking about traveling, you can do whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, don't worry about anybody shaming you. But I would also say while you get in your bag, make sure you focus on residual income as well, because that's going to be very important when you move and you touch down in a new country, especially if you've never have traveled before. It'll make things a lot more comfortable if you got that residual income that you got $2,000 a month coming in or $4,000 a month coming in or whatever the case may be. To all the critics and detractors, talking about men, passport brothers just go over there for cheap sex or whatever. What a lot of you women fail to realize is a lot of these foreign women got more money than y'all got. You go to some of these women's houses and you'll see they living in 3-story houses. Like they got paper over there. They got bakeries in their little neighborhoods and whatnot. Their family got money. They got farms. They got all kind of things going on. What you choose to observe or pay attention to is what would be considered the hood or the ratchet part of traveling, where it's pay for play and things of that nature. They don't pay attention to the networking. They don't pay attention to a guy like Taylor Made leading the way with the child. The child orphanage or
the orphanage? Yeah,
the orphanage. Things. Exactly. Thank you. So it's a lot of different things that brothers are traveling that they're doing, and they're helping to create and stimulate these economies in which they choose to reside, which is taken from our women or our economics back home. And I think that's one of the big reasons that a lot of people get upset, especially women, because more and more good men are finally waking up. The message is getting out, and men are like, you know what? Screw it. Like on your best day, it still wouldn't be enough to compete with the femininity and the submission that you get overseas.
Man, solid. Good point. Let me get you super chats, man. And I'm gonna go ahead and sum up the show. I want everybody's last words before we go. Shout out to Eric Cummins with a $5 super chat. He says, I see so many of the fake coaches hating on passport bros, but we got no game and just chase women. Thanks to you guys for keeping it 100. All right, appreciate that. Shout out to No Internet once again, $2 super chat. Yo, Aaron, y'all ain't going to ignore this chat. I know it was you that hired that clown on the show. No, man, I did not hire her, bro. I did not hire her. She's actually still in the back end after I kicked her out. but she can just sit back there all day if she wants to. She's not coming back on. All right. Shout out to Bishop NYC23 with the $5 super chat. UPS drivers make over 100K. LOL BMT. Oh yeah, shout out to all my drivers out there. I mean, I know y'all getting that money. I already know. You know, I already know y'all out there getting that money, man. Stack that bread up. MP, what's that? Multiple personality. Oh, that's you, bro. Shout out to you. You're on the panel and you super chatted. Appreciate that, man. Good to see brothers exploring their options abroad. It's a big difference in treatment. Very good point. Right. Very good point. It's nothing wrong with going where you are most valued, guys. Shout out to Motto, the international mango lover, with the $5 super chat. He said, shout out to the brothers building businesses overseas. For example, Cardell Wings and Waffles. Shout out to my dude Cardell with the Wings and Waffles. That's Milton Bar 39 and Flip Flop in Sasua. Shout out to my dude Flip Flop. I haven't talked to him in a minute, man. Shout out to my dude Flip. He out there in Brazil, if I'm not mistaken, right now. All right, okay. Hold up. You got the social. You got it. Okay, I see you. I see you. Hello, hello. All right. All right. Man. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hold on. I got one more super chat, and I'm gonna go ahead and get everybody's last words. Okay, I see the guy. He dropped off. But shout out to him. Cool Cat with the $5 super chat. Dennis Jean-Pierre video titled "Don't Be a Sucker." I believe that's Dennis Jean-Pierre. Should be a travel requirement for every single man. Traveling is great, but no country is a utopia. That is very true. In each country, you're definitely going to have some issues. There's no perfect country. Passport OG with the 250. He says, game is being multilingual. Facts. Very true. And then through the Asian writing in the background. All right. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, I still got to get them super chat still coming in. Shout out to Peaceful Life. Shout out to him. I was on a panel with him earlier, right? We was on yeah, we was on a panel with him earlier.
We're Coach's Connection.
Yeah, yesterday. You know, my time is so off. I'm 12 hours ahead. But yeah, he was over there yesterday. Shout out to a Peaceful Life and $10 super chat, man. Salute, brothers. It's all about relationship capitalism. Men living life on their own terms. Keep spreading the message. Shout out to a Peaceful Life. All right, we got my dude Tampa Twan in the building. You know Tampa Twan, right, Andre?
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to my dude Tampa Twan with the $5 super chat, man. He was the one that gave me the game. He was one of the first guys to give me the game overseas. So shout out. He said the block is hot. Respect to the panel. And shout out to my dude Tampa Twan. Tampa Twan was out there schooling me, boy. I was messing up out there when I first started, guys. Shout out to Motto, the international mango lover, becoming a member. Appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna start off with you, the social loner, man. Last closing statement.
All right. All right. First of all, thank you guys for having me on here. It's honestly an honor of mine to be with you guys, especially Andre. I've known this dude. But my last closing statement is, guys, we just not also focusing on traveling, but we also got to focus on getting our money up, because without money, there's no honey. You know what I mean? So if we all come together again, I'm gonna reiterate that. It's just go. There's a lot of we have a lot of like discords where people are learning how to program and all type of social media content, creating everything to get their money, and everybody can then, you know, I just want to tell you guys, man, just keep traveling right now, because sorry, this girl's over here trying to I gotta go, guys.
All right, man.
I gotta go.
Hey, email me too, bro. BlackmanTravels@gmail. Email me, okay?
Yeah, we should. I gotta go.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, let me. Okay, let me. Okay, all right, Andre, close a statement, brother. Close a statement.
As I said yesterday on Coach's channel, is after posting in after the post-slavery and the Reformation age, there was no rule that stated that our freedom was supposed to take place in the United States. We assumed that it was. We assumed that we were supposed to be free in the United States, which is not necessarily true. We were actually supposed to be free, just like post-incarceration. You don't get leave incarceration of a prison and hang out on the compound. You leave. You don't stay in a relationship with the female after it's over. you leave. And so it is when it comes to we got our freedom as people. Once passports came into fruition, that was an opportunity for us to take advantage of true freedom. There's one assumed freedom. We were assumed to be successful in the United States. And for most of us, all we're doing is still sharecropping. We're still just like in Alabama. We're only keeping other cultures successful. We're helping other cultures' businesses continue to grow instead of growing our own. It's amazing how when we are no longer incarcerated in the United States, many of us are starting to learn languages. Many of us are starting businesses. Many of us are networking together to where if we were still incarcerated in the United States, we'd walk right past each other. So what I would recommend when it comes to the passports, realize it's cool with the ladies and all that is fun, that's fine. But also remember that you only have so much time on this planet. And so if you're going to get it done now. A passport is only $135, $140. There is no excuse. And also, when it comes to these dating coaches, I really don't have anything to say about these dudes. I don't even give them 4 seconds of my time in all sincerity. I feel sad for them. I feel safe. Anytime you see somebody revenue going down, because that's all it's about, you feel sad for them. But at the end of the day, man, thanks again, Aaron, for having me on. But guys, definitely take advantage of life. But remember one last thing. Once you go to these countries, there is an expectation of manhood. These Colombian men are men. These men in Brazil are men. These men in Thailand are men. They ain't that whitewashed version of manhood that's in the United States. So don't think you're going to come to these other countries and you think you're going to throw a few dollars around, you can keep the woman. You're going to end up losing that woman. Even though you got money, she going to cheat on you because she's accustomed to being around true manhood. Am I right, Aaron?
Facts.
These men are men here. I have probably developed my manhood more outside of the United States than I have developed my manhood in the United States. I'll give you a small example real quick. And this is not my scenario. I sit back and I see a guy, he paid for play to get a mango, let's say 200,000 pesos. We know the average Colombian man ain't coming out of 200,000 pesos. He might pay 10,000 pesos, 15,000 pesos for what you're paying $200,000 for, 200,000 pesos for, and dare her to open up her mouth and say, well, I was with American yesterday and he paid me 200,000 pesos. Girl, if you don't take this 15,000 pesos and keep it pushing, or being argumentative, or being or not, doing the things that she knows she needs to do in the home. Don't come here and water down these women with your watered down manhood. The United States taught us to have a watered down version of manhood. In Africa, those are real men, whether they be poor or rich. In parts of Europe, you got some real men. Ask some of the Russian dudes straightforward dogs, and they women know better. But you guys coming down here just spreading money around, you showcasing to the other men that you don't know how to be a real man. So don't let your money lead you. Let your manhood lead you when you come to these other countries. Once again, thanks, Aaron. Thank you guys on the panel, brother, whoever you are on the panel.
Make sure you shout your channel real quick too.
Oh, you guys should know my channels. We got. I'm
just gonna tag you in the title too.
Okay, Love Crossing Borders TV. That's Love Crossing Borders TV. Guys, subscribe. We do Friday night drinking hands. We do 3 live streams. We do live streams with my wife, so you guys can ask Andrea all type of questions about women in Colombia. That's why we have her on the show, and she has her own channel, Andrea Wallace TV. We also have Mostly Money, where we talk about political economics in the United States. And so we have those 3 channels, and we've got a music channel, Travel and Unravel, get ready to come down the turnpike real soon. But I've started to get some of you guys emails in regards to those 300, the job listing of 300 companies. So if you're interested in that, make sure you guys email me if you're interested in finding out more information about online jobs. I'll send you that list, over 300 companies that are hiring right now. And once again, my email address is aspence2011 This is Andre, Love Crossing Borders. Thanks again, Aaron, and I appreciate you, brother. Much love.
All right, man. Holler at you later. Peace.
Oh, yeah.